The Rise of Skywalker is set to introduce many different revelations as well as twists and turns that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that not only this film is now 143 days away from its release, but on top of all of this, we also know that this film is going to introduce tons of Jedi, Sith, Force, and ancient lore into the mix. Now, it's really going to make us understand the Star Wars franchise in a different light by JJ and Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this movie, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren traveling into the Dark Spire, where it's described that they are following the Forger, who is a 1,000-plus-year-old creature that guides Kylo and the Knights to the shrines of the Sith location, eventually reaching the statue of Darth Vader. It's described that one of the sequences involves a moment in which Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren surround the Vader statue where Kylo goes through some of Vader's secrets within. It's said that Kylo eventually discovers a device that is described to be shaped like a hexagon that glows in both a red and blue hue and changes shape as Kylo holds it. It's said to allow Kylo to connect with the spiritual realm, and that this device is what was kept locked away by Vader, which also initiates the flow walking technique for Kylo Ren that allows him to see elements of the past to better map out his future. This device that Vader kept belonged to an ancient Sith lord many years ago that was eventually handed down by Supreme Leader Snoke, where Vader kept it hidden away from Palpatine in fear of him discovering the path to eternal life. The secret is described to be very dark and gritty, where it's something straight out of a horror film. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because we do know that Episode 9 is going to have a lot of lore just like this. I want to go over the design of this device. Now, it's described to be in the shape of a hexagon when nobody touches it, where it glows in a blue and red hue, where once Kylo is said to touch it, it literally changes shapes constantly. Now, that actually tells us that this device is very complex and that it really has something to do with the ancient lore, and they're really trying to implement that type of lore into the Star Wars franchise to really get the casual and new fans around the world, really much in tune with the Jedi, Sith, and Force lore. So this device is said to be connected to the spiritual realm and allows one to actually stay connected to it. That also initiates the power of flow walking for Kylo Ren. Now, a lot of people have always been wondering how in the world is Kylo Ren going to learn the key to flow walking, and it seems as though that's exactly how he will figure it all out, and it's all through this device that Kylo Ren discovers within the statue of Darth Vader in the shrines of the Sith location. So, what's really exciting about this, though, is that we do get to learn a little bit more about Darth Vader's backstory. So, sometime in between the events of Order 66 and Star Wars A New Hope, where Vader discovered this device and kept it hidden away from Palpatine in fear of Palpatine discovering this device and finding the path to immortality. Now, you can really see that Vader wasn't all that loyal to Palpatine all along. In fact, we do see this a lot in the comics that are said to be canon under Disney and Lucasfilm. A lot of those comics show us that there is a side of Vader where he had this plot to go against Darth Sidious. You even do see this in The Empire Strikes Back, where he tries to turn Luke in order to take down the Emperor. We can defeat the Emperor and we can rule the galaxy as father and son. So, with that being said, this particular scene between Kylo, the Knights, and the Forger, plus the Darth Vader statue, it's essentially a mix between something new, something familiar, as well as ancient lore, and really giving us a different side of the Star Wars franchise that you would expect to see in a comic book that is now going to be a part of an actual live-action movie itself that ends the entire Skywalker saga. So, what's really exciting about this too is that they're actually being guided by the Forger. In case you guys have no idea who the Forger is, we got a glimpse of him in the teaser trailer. He is the monkey/wolf-like creature that is welding the helmet back together into one piece for Kylo Ren. In fact, He is the original character that constructed the armor of the Knights of Ren, as well as Kylo Ren's helmet, and Kylo Ren even requested the Forger to model his helmet off of the character of Darth Revan's mask. Now, you can see all the connections that JJ, George, and Chris Terrio are really trying to make in this movie to really make this film seem like it's really going to be the foundation to create new Star Wars lore and to really build towards something larger, which exactly is, the thing that Disney and Lucasfilm are aiming for. They really want this movie to be, if you will, a foundation to create a new set of Star Wars films, the new Star Wars trilogy, as well as new comics, books, novels that will expand the lore that will be introduced and demonstrated to us in The Rise of Skywalker. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Night to moon, we hear them moans again.